The Cayo Perico heist has been massively nerfed. Now, while I do think it is still a very viable way of making money, the amount of money you can make with it has been decreased by upwards of 40 to 50% depending on what payouts you get. In today's video, I'll be explaining all the nerfs that have been done to the Cayo Perico heist and why it might be worthwhile to start investing in other ways of making money. Let's get straight into it. Starting off, let's talk about the payouts of the main items. For example, the Cincimito tequila has been nerfed quite substantially, going from $900,000 to a new value of $630,000. This is a decrease of 30% on the payout. Let's say you also grab cocaine, which is normally going to pay you $220,000 to $225,000. Well, now it's going to pay you $198,000 to $202,000. Sure, it's only a $20,000 difference, but still, every $20,000 adds up. That means that previously you would have got around $1.1 million in a single take when it comes to the Cayo Perico heist with the Cincimito tequila and coke. Now, your take is going to be closer to $800,000, but it gets even worse. There is also a 300% increase on the setup fee, going from $25,000 to $100,000. So you're going to have to subtract another $75,000 from the payout you'll be getting there, bringing it closer to around $700,000. If you add on the 10% fencing fee, you might be only looking at around $700,000 of an actual payout if you're playing the heist on hard mode. Yes, you heard that right. That is an insane decrease in payouts. Now, while I do think the heist is still good for making money, I mean, that's still $700,000 for about 40 to 50 minutes of work. That's not really that good nowadays. I mean, I just made a video that I'm going to be posting sometime in this week where you can make upwards of $700,000 an hour just by doing a payphone hit paired with vehicle cargo, a business that people don't even care about anymore, and yet you can make upwards of $700,000 an hour doing that business without ever having to do setups or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. We can also see the ruby necklace has lost a massive amount of its overall payout, going from $1 million to $700,000. Once again, another 30% decrease. That means, again, if we do the previous math I just talked about, we add an additional, let's say, $200,000 from the coke and secondary targets. That's going to be around $900,000, but then we subtract $75,000 extra from the setups. So yeah, it's going to be like $800-ish thousand at that point. Take away 10%, $80,000. It's going to be around $720,000 to $730,000 of a payout from the ruby necklace. I mean, again, that is a massive decrease in payout from what you previously would have been making in the heist. It's only $700,000 for the ruby necklace. The bearer bonds goes from $1.1 million to $770,000. So again, doing the previous math, you're probably going to be making around maybe $850,000 with bearer bonds now if you add all the things together. Yeah, that's not good. Let's be completely real. That is very, very not good for payouts. Now, we can also see that the safe cash has been nerfed on the amount you can get. For example, you can still get $99,000 if you're lucky, but instead of now getting a minimum $50,000 from the safe cash, you can now get $20,000, which again is a pretty substantial change. All of these secondary targets have also been changed. So cash is getting a 10% decrease, artwork is getting a 10% decrease, weed, cocaine. The only one that's not changing is gold. But obviously Rockstar left gold the same because nobody plays the heist multiplayer. Everybody does the heist solo. This is why it's such a good way to make money. So yeah, they're essentially just nerfing all the people that grind this heist solo. Yesterday, I didn't think the nerf was going to be that bad, but this is pretty bad. We can also see Rockstar has lowered the RNG chance of cocaine, going from 40% to 30% in all locations. Rockstar increased the RNG chance of cocaine in select secondary target sites that require 2 players to 60%, while lowering the chance rate of cash. But again, it doesn't matter. nobody does the heist with 2 people. So essentially what Rockstar's doing is they are putting the coke behind this big gate and saying, you're not allowed to get that. You're not allowed to get that coke. Now, for players like myself who know how to perform the replay glitch, this nerf is not the end of the world. And it's for a pretty major reason. While we are seeing that 3 of the targets have been nerfed, the Ruby Necklace, Bearer Bonds, and Safe Cash, what has not been nerfed are the other important targets. For example, the Pink Diamond is still a $1.2 million payout. The Madrazo files are still a 1.1 or whatever million dollar payout, and the Panther statue is still a $1.9 million payout. Now, obviously, the Panther statue isn't really counting in this because it's a very rare and unique special event item, so the only ones that are staying the same are the Madrazo files and the Pink Diamond. If you play on PC, like myself, I would highly recommend to partake in the replay glitch. Rockstar does not ban people for doing it because it's their fault. I've never been banned once for doing it. I've made literally millions upon millions of dollars in just minutes with the glitch on my accounts throughout the years. So I will link a video in the description if you play on PC how to do it. If you play on console, you still can do the glitch, but you need 2 people to perform it, which requires a lot more effort. So, what can we take away from today's video? Essentially, the Cayo Perico heist is getting about a 50% nerf on its overall payouts. Occasionally, you might get lucky and you'll get the Madrazo files or the Pink Diamond. But even then, you're still getting a decrease in your payouts because all the secondary targets are decreased, the setup fee is increased by $75,000, and the safe cash is also worse. So if everything goes well for you and you get a 1.2 takeout just from the, let's say, Pink Diamond, you're still going to be looking at probably around $150,000 less of a payout than what you previously would have gotten. And if you get things like the Ruby Necklace, Bearer Bonds, or Sinsamito Tequila, if you add all the decreases together, you can be looking upwards of a 40 to 60% decrease on what you're actually getting, which is really, really bad. I mean, personally, I think the way Rockstar could have balanced the Cayo Perico heist was maybe making the setups a bit more challenging, because right now I think the setups are the problem. You're able to start and finish the heist so easily that, I mean, there's people that can speedrun it in less than 20 minutes. And I'm not joking, less than 20 minutes. That is absolutely insane. So maybe instead of just constantly nerfing the payouts, you make it so the heist is just a bit more challenging. I don't know. That's what I personally believe. But at the end of the day, it is a bit disappointing to see what Rockstar is doing here. For players like myself, this won't affect me as much because obviously I already have a huge amount of capital. But for players that obviously do want to grind a lot, or newer players coming into the game, this is a massive nerf, and it will affect them. So, at the end of the day, let me know what you guys think about today's video, and if you agree or disagree with what Rockstar's doing. Obviously, everybody's going to disagree. I mean, heck, they're basically killing Cayo for a large majority of players that were previously grinding it. I will have videos up on other effective ways of making money, apart from doing the heist nowadays, because there are going to be better ways of making money. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.